Hey, what's up? Back again.
That first bass note hit me in the chest, and I was just like, there's no way that's 2/8.
MB Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
Think I need to make this video because I haven't made it in a long time. I'm just readdressing something I've said probably about maybe a couple of hundred videos ago. MB is about efficiency. My whole goal is efficiency, not seeing how much power you can throw the subs. I'm not about abusing subwoofers. I don't believe that you need to throw gargantuan amounts of power to a sub to get a certain output. I'm of the old school way of thinking. Falls Gate, Kicker, DD. And that school of thinking is this. We believe in building, well, they believe in building, I believe in using highly efficient drivers. Not drivers that have big gaps where you have to throw copious amounts of power to them to get a certain amount of output. That mindset came about somewhere around 2000, 21st century, when amplifier power became cheaper. Not the control of the power, just the amplification of the power became cheaper. When that happened, wattage went from a $2, $3 a watt to sometimes like 10 cents a watt, 10, 15 cents a watt. You can look at Big D Wiz channel and he'll tell you a little bit about that. Watch this channel, just sometimes watch this channel with looking at the dyno amplifiers. I have no intention of using. But he would tell you about that shift that transitioning from efficient drivers to cheap power. Power is very, very cheap these days. Very, very, very cheap these days. With the advent of this power is cheap, new manufacturers, came up with ways of handling, I think, making subwoofers that are not made necessarily for sound quality, but made to handle the heat that amplifier will be able to throw at it. So power handling of subwoofers went up, sound quality went down, in my opinion. So you have a lot of drivers that can handle a lot of power. True. Man, I can put this much power to this. I can put too much power to this. That's great. That's great. How does it sound? How does it sound when you throw all this power to it? The school of thought today is that, oh man, it sounds good. Yeah, because all of y'all are geared toward that. So you think it sounds good till you hear good. In my opinion. Till you hear good. So with that being said, I just want to let you know that I'm not in the school of thought of inefficient drivers. I'm in the school of thought of high efficiency drivers. You don't need a certain amount of power to get a certain amount of output. You can get a dB level with using a trick of the box and an efficient driver instead of relying solely on power. Drivers, this overemphasis on, I got 2,500 watts, 3,000 watts driver. That's cool. Do you realize that 2 of those is now 5,000 watt, needing a 5,000 watt amp to move it? 5,000 watt amp is 500 amperes of draw. Most alternators coming on vehicles today are nowhere near that because vehicles have become more efficient. They're not needed. They LED, so then there's no need for big alternators inside these vehicles. So now with this overemphasis on power, now there's a lot of emphasis on electrical. So you need all this to get these woofers to move. I'm not in that school of camp. I'm not. So that brings its own, anxiety to some manufacturers with MB being on the scene. The brands I bring you, for the most part, have at least some very efficient drivers inside, so you don't need to throw copious amounts of power to get loud. You can use a very good box compared with a good driver. Most of you, in my opinion, just need a 2500 watt amp. Sometimes even I've done 140 with 1500 watt rated amps. Some of you consider. Now, it's going to be a lot of people going to say a lot of different things in the comments. But if you follow me from now to then, you'll see the MBE has always been about efficiency. 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 My boxes, if you look at the port area, it's about what? Efficiency. They don't have to work very hard to get a certain amount of output. Peace.